Hi, welcome to the meditation talk for April. Today we're going to talk about higher senses in meditation. So I think it is evident at this stage that we don't experience our basic senses in a meditative state. Our basic senses being smell, sight, sound, etc. Certainly if we are burning incense, we might have the initial smell of incense as we begin to meditate, but very shortly after meditation, we move into our meditative state. We actually become oblivious to our 5 physical senses, and we move into our higher sensory perception. The higher sensory perception is quite literally our psychic senses. And it's interesting to me that many people will say that they struggle to access their higher spiritual or psychic senses in the form of their clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, and clairsentience, I think, are all 4. And they will often approach me in classes or to learn how to develop their senses. And yet in the most organic way during meditation, we access our psychic senses. We are able to move into environments in meditation where we can taste. So in a meditative state, to imagine or perceive that we are drinking a liquid, for example, or eating a fruit, and actually experiencing the sensation and the taste of this as we ingest it and experience it on our tongue. The same is possible with visual. So in a meditative state, we can walk through nature and we can see the beauty of flowers and trees around us. And yet this is not a physical thing. This is entirely happening through our clairvoyance. The same is true with wind on our skin. We can feel in a meditative state wind changing temperature on our skin or blowing through our hair. And this is very much an aspect of clairsentience where we are experiencing the physical sensation manifesting, although it is entirely non-physical. By the same token, clairsentience has another manifestation, which is feeling, and not sensory feeling, but emotional feeling. And we have the capacity to, for example, experience love or joy in a meditative state. And this is again happening through our capability as clairsentient beings. And finally is our claircognizance, where we can experience concepts, ideas, etc. in a meditative state. And this is happening entirely through our higher psychic ability. So it's interesting how very easily in meditation we can move into our psychic senses, leaving our physical senses behind. It is this very point that always brings me to the deep and clear truth that being intuitive is available to all of us. It is not something that is purely for a few, but rather is a natural state for all of us. And it is just simply when our consciousness moves beyond our humanness that we experience our higher sensory perceptions and we experience ourselves in a non-physical way. I believe that non-physical way to be a more natural state to us than our human state. The reason I say that is because if you travel or expand yourself sufficiently in meditation and move, for example, into space, there is an incredible sense of belonging in those vastly expanded environments. And so it is that our higher senses are available to us in meditation. So our meditation today is going to be about experiencing those higher senses. I invite you to join me for an amazing sensory journey, and I hope that you do. So thank you once again for listening. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you shortly in meditation.